Hi guys, it's your girl Lisa, and I just wanted to jump on today and do another lesson, give you some notes to go along with your weekly plan. And today we're going to talk about red meat and processed foods. Now I do talk about this a lot with my clients, and I do have you guys avoid red meat and processed foods when you're on my diet plan. Okay, so I'm going to explain the reasons why. There's a scientific, backed reason for everything that I have you doing. Okay, I'm not trying to torture you, but this is why this works. This is why cutting out red meat and processed foods results in more rapid weight loss. Okay, so to lose weight, you have to eat fewer calories. Okay, and it turns out that as far as protein goes, red meat and processed foods are way higher in calories, meaning you can eat a small serving of red meat or processed food and get a ton of calories, and now you're already approaching your calorie limit for the day. Okay, so if you want to eat a lot more, feel a lot more satisfied, okay, avoid the red meat, avoid the processed foods. Okay, other protein sources like chicken and seafood and plant-based proteins are way lower in calories than red meat. Okay, so this is why you have all these diets saying eat chicken and broccoli, all these things, because lean protein is far less calories. You can eat a lot more, feel a lot more satisfied, and lose weight a lot more rapidly. And it's a lot easier to stay at a calorie deficit if the things you're eating are already low calories. And you won't have to worry about counting calories, especially you guys fasters. I don't have you guys counting calories. And the reason why you don't have to is because the foods that I'm having you eat are very low in calories. There's no way to overeat these things, okay? You can try to overeat broccoli if you want to. Now, red meat is energy dense, meaning it has a high amount of calories per gram, meaning a small serving of red meat can give you a ton of calories pushing you towards your limit, as opposed to a larger and more satisfying portion of lean protein. Has far fewer calories, meaning you can eat a lot more if you avoid the red meat. Okay. Now, red meat raises your risk of colorectal cancer. Okay, remember Black Panther diet of colon cancer? Okay, it raises your red risk of diabetes, and it also is associated with a shortened lifespan. So not only is red meat and processed foods associated with weight gain, but it's also has its health, adverse health effects, okay? Cancer, diabetes, and shortening of your lifespan due to the triggering of all these different diseases, okay? Now, of course, my recommendation will always be a plant-based diet. Plant-based diets are twice as effective in reducing your body weight, okay, versus the average meat-eating diet, okay? Plant-based diets also improve your metabolism and reduce the fat that's sitting in your muscles so that you have more lean muscle, okay, more muscle definition. Guys, I know you guys want more muscle definition. Ladies, we want more muscle definition too, okay? So, I talked a little bit about red meat, and we all know that red meat is a lot more fatty than other sources of protein. So eat a healthier source of protein. There's so many options. You don't have to eat a big ham all the time, okay? Or a big steak all the time, okay? I'm just trying to encourage you to eat a lot more healthy. I'm not trying to make you feel more restricted or anything like that, but I do want you to understand what you're eating, okay? Now, what about processed foods, okay? What are processed foods? Processed foods are foods that come out of a can, or, they come out of a bag. And the reason why they're called processed is because they're not in their natural form, okay? They have been manufactured, chemically altered, tons of salt and other preservatives and additives, chemicals added to those things to make them last longer in a can or a bag, okay? This is done for convenience purposes, so you can just pop open the can or the bag, but those additives are really bad for you, okay? So many benefits of eliminating processed foods from your diet, okay? You lose weight a lot faster. You age a lot slower. You get less headaches. Your hair is better, okay? Your skin is better. Your brain has improved function. And eventually you actually start to dislike processed foods, okay, the less you eat them, okay? Because processed foods have a lot of additives, okay? Oops, okay. Processed foods have a lot of additives, okay? So additives trigger that, pleasure response, that dopamine response in your brain, making you want to eat a lot more of it. That's why you can't just eat one bag of chips. Okay, you want to eat a lot more, and it's not just because you're hungry or you're greedy. It's also because of the chemical additives that are in those processed foods. Okay, and I talk about this a lot with you guys. Now, the less you eat processed foods, the less chemical response that has in your brain, and the less you're going to crave it, the less cravings you're going to have. Okay, and it will be a lot easier for you to diet and eat more healthy options the less you're putting those chemicals into your body that are in those processed foods. Okay, the healthiest diet is a diet made of mostly natural foods. Okay, foods that you can recognize that they're in their natural state, meaning you pick up an apple, you know that what's in it, it's an apple, it's its only ingredient, right? But you pick up a bag of chips and what's in it? Okay, where did it come from? What is it made out of? If you can't look at it and immediately know what it's made out of, or if you look at the back and there are tons of ingredients, then you know that it's super processed, and it can cause cravings, addiction, and it may not be the best for you, and it's most likely not good for you. Okay. Now, for example, white rice or white bread. Okay, these are white because they are refined. Okay, they are processed. That's not the natural color of rice or bread. It's actually brown. Okay, so refined really means that the bran and the germ and a lot of its fiber, iron, and other nutrients are removed in the refinery process. Okay, and as a result, it's less nutritious. It provides you with less nutrients, even though it's still providing you with tons of calories, which are going to make you fat. Okay. This processing, not only does it remove nutrients, but it infuses unhealthy ingredients like more sugar, more sodium, which is salt, and more trans fats. Okay. So this is another reason why processed foods, are not great. They take out all the good stuff all the nutrients are destroyed in the processing, in the refining process, and the additives that are added to preserve them so that they can stay in the can or a bag longer destroy the fire, the iron, the nutrients, and add sugar, sodium, and fat. Okay, this is why brown rice, which is the natural rice, or quinoa or couscous, all of those natural foods are a lot better for you than white rice. Okay, or wheat bread is a lot better for you than white bread. Okay, any food that's closer to its natural state is automatically better, and you can eat a lot more of it. Okay, and not have to worry about adverse health effects. Now, so not only is that bad for you, it can make you fatter, it can give you cravings and food addictions, but processed foods increase your risk of heart disease. Okay, cardiovascular disease. Okay, diabetes, weight gain, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. Okay, so guess what? You guys need to read the label. Read the label. Look at the back of your ingredients. Okay, look at the list. See what's added to your foods. You should be concerned and interested about knowing what you're putting into your body. Okay, if you're looking through the list of foods and the list is like 50, 80 items on there, a large number of items on there, and most of them you cannot pronounce, you don't know what it is, and the first item should at least be recognizable. Okay, if you don't know what's on that label, you should not be eating it. This is why lots of fruits and vegetables don't have labels, because they don't need labels. There's nothing added. What you have is what you're getting. Okay, now eliminating processed foods is good for your waistline. Okay, your waistline will thank you. Okay, after removing these additional calories and these unneeded ingredients like fat and sugar, you're gonna see the scale drop. Okay, cheat code. Okay, you are gonna lose so much weight once you stop eating red meat and processed foods, and it's going to be a lot easier for you to lose weight because you're not going to have the cravings and the food addiction, and you can eat a lot more. You can eat a lot more without eating so many calories all the time, okay? This lifestyle change alone is going to help you lose weight and also prevent obesity and other health complications, okay? So cheat code, guys, skip the red meat, skip the processed food. You know, yes, I eat plant-based, yes, I eat vegan. I'm not trying to make you do that, but I will say on my plan, I'm not going to have you eating red meat. Okay, I do not recommend red meat and processed food. So if you want to eat tuna out of a can, I'm gonna say no, pick something else or eat fresh foods. You should always want to eat something that's fresh and in its natural state. Okay, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, follow, and drop some comments. Let me know what you think, guys. If you're a meat eater, drop me a steak. If you like vegetables, drop me a broccoli. Okay.